There is a growing humanitarian crisis that we've been talking about in Gaza as a result of the Israel-Hamas war.
We're hearing reports of food and water shortages, hospitals overwhelmed and running out of fuel for generators. The United Nations saying at least 340,000 people living in Gaza have been displaced. Joining us now is Hala Garani, a journalist who has covered the Middle East for decades. She's also an NBC News contributor. Thank you so much for being with us, Hala.
So, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Can you describe what life was like for people living in Gaza even before this war began?
Well, for years, the Gaza Strip has been blockaded since 2007, a year after Hamas took control of that tiny sliver of land. And for many years, there have been shortages in fuel, water. Israel, of course, as the world has learned, controls the supply of utilities to the Gaza Strip. 80% poverty level by some counts, 45% unemployment. Half of the 2 million plus people who live in the Gaza Strip are children or teenagers. So the people now, of course, having to endure yet another round of bombings are suffering after years of misery, really, of feeling blockaded, of feeling like they can't move freely. Certainly, leaving the Gaza Strip, if you're a Palestinian non-dual national, so not a holder of another passport, is virtually impossible. You need special permission in order to cross the border. So for many, many years now, Gazans have complained that they felt desperate. And of course, there have been conflicts with Israel in the past. This is the worst one to date, but there have been bombardments and open conflicts between Hamas and Israel, several, in fact, over the last decade and a half or so that have only made the situation worse each time.
Hala, Israel's been clear saying this war is not with the Palestinian people, it is with Hamas. But I think we could use some context. Help our viewers understand how Hamas operates within Gaza, because my understanding is there's not a lot of separation between Hamas fighters and civilians.
No, it's so densely populated that, of course, what Israelis would argue is that Hamas hides its munitions, its armaments within civilian populations, and therefore, when they target Hamas installations, then inevitably it can lead to the loss of civilian life. Hamas is an Islamist offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood of Egypt. It came into being out of the ashes of the first Palestinian uprising in 1987. And this is a group that ended up winning an election in 2006. And there was a violent confrontation with Fatah, which is the party of the recognized authority for the Palestinians of Mahmoud Abbas. And that's when they took over. And when Israel and Egypt, by the way, it's important to remember, also blockades the southern part of the Gaza Strip. Israel's rationale for the blockade, the land, the air, the sea blockade is, well, to prevent Hamas from rearming. But as we've seen with this attack, that has not worked. So it's going to be a question of, in the future, whether or not there's some reevaluation of how to approach that particular problem.
Yeah, and Hala, we're running out of time, but I do want to ask you, Israel's military is moving troops to the border with Lebanon. That's where Hezbollah is based. How likely is it that a second front opens in this war?
So my inclination right now is that it's not that likely for two reasons, and I know we're running out of time, so I'll be brief. First of all, I don't think Hezbollah wants the opening of a second front. I mean, it targeted a few positions in the Sheba farms, which it does routinely, an indication that, okay, yes, we're still here, but we're not joining the fight with Hamas. Secondly, and I think this has been underreported, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, the de facto ruler Mohammed bin Salman, and the Iranian president Ebrahim Raisi had a 45-minute phone call yesterday, the first since a rapprochement in March. These are the two forces. Iran funds and supports Hamas and Hezbollah, and Saudi Arabia other groups and other, areas and regions of influence in the Middle East. And so if those two are getting together and talking about potential solutions for de-escalation, I think potentially that means that Iran will not push Hezbollah into this conflict, and therefore there won't be a second front opening soon. But of course, it can always happen. My inclination at this point is that it's not as likely as we thought perhaps just a few days ago.
Time will tell. Really insightful analysis, Hala Garani. Thank you so much for your time and reporting.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.